Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Man here. Hope you're doing well. So, Mason Thames, up and coming actor. Is he the next big actor to come? Is he the second coming? Maybe. Now, why would I be saying this? Well, our boy Mason Thames has now had 3 movies out this year, all number 1 at the box office in their respective weeks that they came out. Also, at least all 3 of them have also been making money at the box office. Something that's not going too well for too many films out in 2025. But as Mason Thames, there's only one other actor in Hollywood, in all of Hollywood, that this has happened to. And it was all the way back in 1994 with the one, the only, the great comedic Jim Carrey. That's right. People forget, back in 94, we had the first coming, and that was Jim Carrey, which was really his breakout year in movies. He was doing TV before that, but this was like his... What did Jim Carrey play? Bruce Almighty? Come to Jesus moment. Where in 94 he had The Mask, Ace Ventura, and Dumb and Dumber. All 3 movies, number 1 at the box office. All 3 movies made money at the box office. There was no other actor that had 3 movies out in 1 year. 3. And now Mason Thames is the only other actor that has had 3 movies out in 1, and he still technically has 1 more movie supposed to come out in this year, 2025. I don't know if it's going to be pushed to 2026 or it's just going to come out on streaming. This year, Mason Thames had How to Train Your Dragon live action remake, which is already getting a sequel that's coming out in 2027. So that's the other thing about Mason Thames. It's not only that he had 3 movies out this year, but he also already has movies out that are already getting a franchise, like How to Train Your Dragon. That made money, that was well received, especially when it comes to those animated and live action movies, which haven't done that well, critically. He had a sequel to Black Phone 2, that was also critically well received, and it made money. Now granted, those movies aren't made for that much money, so, but it still made money. It was the best reviewed and, not reviewed, but financial movie of October. And it was the number 1 movie of October. And then he also had the new romantic drama, based on a book by Colin Hoover, Regretting You. Now, once again, we're not here to talk about if you like that movie or didn't like, but the movie made money. The movie came in second the first weekend it came out, and then this past weekend it was number 1. So it made money, it's profitable. And that's 3 movies out in 1 year for an actor, and they've all done well at the box office. And at least, for the most part, 2 out of the 3 were critically well received. You know, and just like if you go back and look at the Dumb and Dumber reviews, or probably even Ace Ventura, The Mask, they're not 100%. You know, they're well received. And Mason Thames is now the only actor since Jim Carrey, all the way back in 94, that has done this. Now what does this mean for Mason Thames? Maybe nothing. You know, one thing they might make another Black Phone. So that'll be a Black Phone 3. They're already working on How to Train Your Dragon 2. I know he's expressed wanting to be in a superhero movie, like most actors. Well, I've already said I would aim to be a great Spider-Man, or put him in as like a Harry Osborn. Or, you know, nobody even mentioned wanting me maybe play Robin in a Batman movie. He would make a great Robin. So we'll see what his future looks like. But this is the first time an actor has had 3 movies out in 1 year. And by then he has a 4th movie, which I don't know if it's going to come out on streaming or pushed to 2026. But this is the first time an actor besides Jim Carrey has had 3 movies out in 1 year, have all been mostly well received, and made money at the box office. Not bad for an actor who just started out 3 years ago in the first Black Phone movie. So let me know in the comments below, are you a fan of Mason Thames? Do you think this is a well-deserved achievement? I mean, it's not necessarily on him. It's the marketing and the studio who decided when to put the movies out. But hey, it worked in his favor. So let me know in the comments below, are you a fan of Mason Thames? What else do you want to see him in? You want to see another How to Train Your Dragon? And what I liked about all 3 of the movies he was in, they were all different. One's a fantasy movie, How to Train Your Dragon. One's a horror film, like Black Phone 2. The other is a romance movie, drama. Unlike Jim Carrey, where all 3 were comedies. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Mason Thames? Do you think this is a good thing for him? Probably. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment.